Hi, I'm Mike Hendrickson from Strata Hadoop World in New York City. I'm here with Mike Barton from HP. Mike, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Appreciate you having me.
So has the conference been good for you guys this week?
Yeah, traffic's been really good. A lot of people have come by, a lot of interest in not only big data, but what does Vertica do to help the big data issue that companies are having today. So I've had tons and tons of meaningful conversations over the last couple of days.
Well, let me be one of those customers. What does Vertica do for big data companies?
I think a lot of companies are really struggling with, over the last decade, there's been a huge investment in the EDW space, the ETLs, the BIs, and now along comes Hadoop, and customers are really trying to struggle with what's the right workload that belongs in Hadoop because of business challenges, SLAs, and the like. How do I take what this landing ground, the traditional EDW, your Teradata, exit is, which become very expensive in a price per pound sort of model, so how do we get off of that? What data should we be taking off that? And what's the analytic platform, i.e. Vertica, right? So we sit in that middle of this, what I'll call you this three-tiered architecture where I'm seeing a lot more companies deploy, and so you get the data lake, we sit in the middle in your EDW, and how do you talk to these two things while still allowing your traditional ETL and BI architectures to work?
So, in a way, and I used this earlier, and someone actually quite didn't like it, but it's in a way we have a data middleware ecosystem now.
It seems like that, right?
And maybe middleware is the bad word that people want to distance from, but it seems like that's what we need and what we have right now.
Right.
And Hadoop sitting on the bottom, and then the middleware opportunities on the top, and maybe BI on the top.
Yeah, exactly. And I see a lot of companies moving to that model, and what you're seeing is the Hadoop piece. So for example, your EDW is a very large component in the manufacturing, and your Hadoop piece is not as big. Healthcare, it's almost flip-flop, right? And for Vertica, that doesn't really matter, right? We're sitting in the middle saying, we'll talk to either one, we'll take the data from either one, and your traditional ETL and other data sources. So it's been a really good fit for us, and it's a good spot in the market to be in, quite frankly.
So, but is HP more involved with large enterprises, or is it any scale company can get involved with Vertica?
So that's been the nice thing about HP is that it certainly has helped our visibility and footprint in the large Fortune customers. We had already done a really good job, frankly, prior to the acquisition of getting into that middle market and maybe the lower market, and HP has certainly thrust us forward into the bigger space. So it's really been a good acquisition from my perspective, getting a broader reach in the enterprise space.
And so where do you see Vertica going in the near future with enterprises and everyone?
I think we'll probably stay the course and be this analytic platform that runs on an x86 platform. What I'm starting to see, and I think that my management team would say the same thing, is that customers are trying to get away from this proprietary, all-in app system, right? Yeah. Silos, right? And you get sort of really siloed in. And I think where you're starting to see with a lot of the Pentajos, sync sorts, and I think you're starting to see it on the BI side. There's a lot of cool tools that are coming into the BI space to make it more accessible to the end user, and with this open platform, that's really good for us, and I think that's where HP is going to continue to steer us, but I think that's, we're going to stay the course and be a really good analytic platform that allows other tools to talk to us.
Excellent. So another question in the future, and this is more of a personal one, if there was a problem in the world that you could solve with data, what would that problem be?
Great question. I think for me personally, it would be how do we make data more accessible to the common person, right? I think right now it's very proprietary in the organizations where it's deployed, and how do we get this to the end user like you and I so that data is meaningful.
And smart people can make decisions. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Empowering more people, I love that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, Mike, thank you for your time.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.